Southern painter Rolland Golden began his professional career in 1957, setting up shop in the French Quarter. Since those early days on Royal Street, when he was making his ends meet, he and his family have endured.
His work is taking its well-deserved place in collections and museums around the country and abroad. Producer Donna LaFleur visited the award-winning artist and his family in Folsom to take a look back at his career.
The life of an artist reflects a journey, complete with all the twists and turns that take place in the development of very personal expression. Rolland Golden is a Southern artist whose works over the last 5 decades exemplify this journey. His paintings are the subject of a recently published book, a retrospective of his career. Author John Kemp has been following Golden's work for 25 years.
Rolland, in many ways, is in the same sort of tradition as Southern writers. You know, he has a very deep connection to the land, the people on that land, and the history of that environment.
A New Orleans native, Golden decided to pursue a career in art after returning from military service.
I met my wife, and she was a Catholic, and so I started going to Mass with her, and the priest gave a sermon one day about using the talents God gave you. I said, well, gosh, I only have one talent, you know. And that's what determined me to become an artist.
Well, we were getting serious, and so now he's asking me, well, what do you think, you know? I mean, how do you feel about this? I said, well, I really think you have the talent, and I think we should try to build our lives around that. And we did.
I had a little shop in the French Quarter, and I painted there and sold my paintings there in that shop.
I would go every so often and do his books, and you know, I got the feel of people coming in, looking at his work, and he always included me, and when we would go on field trips together, he would get subject matter, or if he had a show out of town, and slowly I became involved in his career.
Rolland is I say the envy of every artist, whether that artist be a painter or a writer or a sculptor or playwright or whatever, in the sense that he's able to devote himself full-time to his work. And he was able to do that because his wife Stella is a magnificent business manager and agent and representative for him.
An important break allowed Golden to follow his artistic muse.
Vincent Price saw my work. This is back in the days when he was buying paintings to be sold through, I think, Sears and Roebuck. So I think the last time he came, he bought everything I had, which was 30-something paintings for $700. And I told Stella, I'm not going to do any more Pirates Alleys or anything else until that $700 is gone.
Something would happen, something would come through, like big commissions from like the State Highway Department here in Louisiana. They bought 50 of his paintings over a 2-year period. Let him paint what he wanted of Louisiana, then he would choose from it. I
started getting my subject matter in the country and driving on the roads, and that's when I became aware at that point how much I loved highways. And to me, they're beautiful in their own way. And it's like taking pop art and just setting it down in the middle of a landscape. I also love the old houses, the barns. I like things that people have lived in and used. I like older things because it's like humans. Your character comes forth in your face as you grow older. I did a series on demolition by neglect because I was very upset at the destruction of the old buildings in the CBD of New Orleans. I tend to feel sorry for the passage of older things, and although I'm also a realist and knowing that you can't keep everything, a lot of things shouldn't be kept.
As his career progressed, Golden found inspiration while visiting New York and France. His awareness of pattern and architecture are beautifully expressed. Another series of paintings juxtapose board games with landscapes.
I was sitting at the dining room table there playing Chinese checkers with my granddaughter, and I looked at those little marbles, and I was doing a painting with all these leaves, colored leaves, and I said, oh, look at this, the marbles are all leaves, or the leaves are all marbles. I just created this image, had this idea of this game in the foreground and the landscape in the background, and an entire body of work ensued from this.
The intense drive and desire to create continues to fuel Rolland Golden's career. But through thousands of paintings, personally defining the visual world, his gift to his audience goes far beyond the canvas.
He's one of those rare artists who teaches you how to see the world around you a little differently. It can be the simplest, most nondescript thing, but if you look at it carefully, frame it properly, you have a beautiful work of art in front of you. And he's taught me to see the world that way.
As you saw in the story, Rolland is now painting subjects inspired by last year's hurricanes. Rolland recently finished a show in New York where he is a member of the National Arts Club.
Well, that'll do it for this.